Big old snail shell. Okay.
Tell us about Sydney. What was she like growing up?
Hmm. Tell you about Sydney. Sydney growing up was a very, she was a very good baby. She was, she was a happy baby. And she was a good, very good little girl. I think she had potential. I think she needed a lot more guidance in that direction, more nurturing.
What was her best qualities? What are some things that she needs to work on?
Sydney's best qualities, and what Sydney needed to work on was um, her ambition skills, focus, and being more of a not being more of a leader instead of a follower, I think.
What makes Sydney different from other girls she is friends with?
What makes Sydney different from other girls that she was friends with was the fact that Sydney, she's very intelligent. It's like she has a gift, she has very good hindsight, but it's like that being on the outside looking in effect, and her being, I guess she couldn't really have that effect on her own life, but with her friends she was able to help give them good advice and stuff, because all her friends is jacked up, all of them. They come from just, I don't know why she picked the crowd to hang with that she did, but hey.
What is the neighborhood that you live in like? Tell us about your community.
The neighborhood that we live in is more, it's a, it's a working class, it's a military neighborhood, city that we live in, so everybody works. It's a pretty good neighborhood, the kids, a lot of kids come outside and play. We have a pretty decent neighborhood, you know.
How did you find out that Sydney was pregnant?
I found out that Sydney was pregnant when I took her to the ER. She had stomach problems, and so they told me that her pregnancy test came back positive, and next.
What was your reaction?
My reaction was, I cussed her butt out. From the rooter to the tutor. From the room to the parking lot. Got home, it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I was tired, and on top of that, I just found out that my 15-year-old was pregnant.
What happened in the days following the news that Sydney was pregnant?
The days following the news that Sydney was pregnant, she was disaster. It was disastrous. I did my cards and everything, and it just showed all types of disasters, because I didn't want her in my house if she was going to have a baby. I could not accept the fact that I was going to be a grandmother at 34, and it was just crazy.
How do you feel about Waddell? What did you think of him when they first started dating? Have your opinions of him changed?
How did I feel about Waddell when, I really don't know this. I don't know him, and I really don't care, because I've always taught to Sydney to be independent, but she's gonna have this baby, and the baby deserves a father.
Do you know his parents? What's your relationship like with them?
Don't know nothing about this boy. Don't know his parents. Don't know where he came from. All I know is that he's Dominican. That's it. Dominican. This baby better be cute. I told her that. And I'm just playing. It's gonna be cute. He's one of us.
How do you feel about Sydney's pregnancy?
Oh, how do I feel about Sydney's pregnancy? I feel okay with it now. I feel like she's mature enough to be a mommy. She gonna have to hurry up if she ain't.
Is there anything that Sydney can't do now that she used to enjoy? Please give examples.
Mm, yes. Is there anything that Sydney can't do that she used to, that she can't do that she used to enjoy? She can't play soccer. She can't dance. She can't double dutch. She can't run up and down the street. She can't sneak out the house. Well, she can, but, she can't, kickboxing. She can't do kickboxing anymore.
How have your friends, family, and church reacted to Sydney's pregnancy? Please be specific and give examples.
Our family and our friends, how did they react towards Sydney's pregnancy? The family, we don't really talk to about it because it's none of their damn business, and all they want to do is kind of rub it up in my face because my child got pregnant young when their child did too, and my mother don't talk to them. But my mother and me, we have been the most supportive. Her friends have been supportive, and I finally got on board.
Who has been the most supportive?
I believe who's been most supportive is my mom. It's my mom. She had to accept it, and she loved Sydney. She loved her granddaughter, and just she got to accept it, and she got on board. So I have more anger than my mom does. But my mother, she's I wouldn't say a pushover, but she's soft-hearted.
What has been the hardest part of Sydney's pregnancy?
The hardest part of Sydney's pregnancy was, I guess, being away from her family and being away from her friends. At the beginning, when she was at AMH, she had developed new relationships with her peers that were there in the same situation as her, and just accepting the whole life-changing experience, I believe.
What has been the most joyous part of Sydney's pregnancy?
The most joyous part of Sydney's pregnancy was just, being us, being family and laughing together and doing stuff together that kind of brought us a little bit closer. The fact that she's about to be a mom and everything.
How will you continue to support Sydney through this process?
Not financially. I told her when she was pregnant, you are not finna tell me how I'm finna live the next 18 years of my life, and you're not finna help me tell me how to spend my money. So, she had to come up with a plan real quick.
What concerns do you have for Sydney in the future regarding her relationship with Waddell in their future?
My biggest concern, is that the question? What is my concern about Sydney and her relationship with Waddell in their future?
Yeah.
I would say them getting along, because I don't believe they really known each other like they should to take this big step. And my biggest concern is the fact that she's going to need a lot of support from him, and this baby's going to need a father. And if he's not going to be there for the child, the baby will be okay, Sydney will be fine, but their relationship, I don't really see anything in it. I don't see a future, period. I think she should just move on, to have a baby and just move on and find some, because shoot, she can find a good man. They ain't gotta stick with no felon that maybe can't even financially support the child. And I'm serious. I am so serious. Who lives like that? No, honey.
What advice do you have for Sydney regarding her future?
My advice for Sydney regarding her future is that she be a strong black woman and defy all the odds that are up against her. Be a good mother first. Of course, finish school and go to college. Give that baby a lot of love, because that baby didn't ask to be here, but thankfully she is in a good environment, and the baby will be very loved, you know. So
And cut.